Once upon a time, there was a woman named Sarah. She had always been a relatively happy person, but over the past few months, she had been feeling a bit down. She couldn't quite put her finger on what was causing this feeling, but it seemed to be lingering and growing stronger by the day. Sarah was a successful businesswoman, and she had achieved a lot in her career. She had a beautiful home, a loving family, and plenty of friends. Yet despite all of this, she was struggling to find happiness. One day, Sarah decided to seek the help of a therapist. She knew that something needed to change, and she was hoping that the therapist could help her figure out what that was. At her first session, Sarah explained her situation to the therapist. She talked about how she felt like she had everything she needed to be happy, yet she still felt unhappy. The therapist listened attentively, and then asked Sarah a question. "What does happiness mean to you?" Sarah thought for a moment before answering. "I guess happiness means feeling content with my life, feeling fulfilled, and feeling like I'm making a difference in the world." The therapist nodded. "Those are all great things to strive for. But let me ask you this. Are you putting too much pressure on yourself to be happy?" Sarah thought about this for a moment. She realized that she had been putting a lot of pressure on herself to be happy, and that pressure was causing her even more stress and unhappiness. The therapist then suggested that Sarah try to focus on the present moment and find joy in the small things in life. She suggested that Sarah take up a mindfulness practice, such as meditation, and try to live in the moment rather than constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Sarah decided to take the therapist's advice and started practicing mindfulness every day. She found that this helped her to appreciate the little things in life that she had been taking for granted, such as the warmth of the sun on her face, the sound of birds chirping, and the taste of her morning coffee. As Sarah continued to practice mindfulness, she also started to focus on her relationships with others. She realized that she had been so focused on her career and achieving success that she had neglected the people in her life who mattered most to her. She started making time for her family and friends, and she found that this brought her a lot of joy and happiness. She also started volunteering at a local charity, which gave her a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Over time, Sarah began to feel happier and more content with her life. She realized that happiness was not something that could be achieved through material possessions or achievements, but rather it was something that had to be cultivated from within. She learned that happiness was not a destination, but rather a journey. It was something that she had to work on every day by being mindful, nurturing her relationships, and finding joy in the little things. Sarah also realized that happiness was not a constant state of being. There would be times when she would feel sad or stressed, but that was okay. She learned to accept her emotions and not judge herself for feeling a certain way. In the end, Sarah realized that true happiness was not about achieving a perfect life or always feeling happy. It was about embracing life's ups and downs, finding joy in the present moment, and nurturing relationships with the people she loved. And so, Sarah continued on her journey with a newfound sense of happiness and contentment. She knew that there would be challenges ahead, but she was ready to face them with a smile on her face and a grateful heart.